All right, Salakia, I stopped it. It's an accident. So this is part two. Not even good. See, this is going to be the end of me too if I do this. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do this. Back here. See what happens. So that's not good. All right, Salakia. Apologies. My phone's not working, my access phone. So just understand that let's get here's how you're going to get God. It's Matthew 24 and 4. All right. Witchcraft is deception. Okay. What does the word devil mean? It means deceiver. Okay. And witchcraft goes into deception. All right. So if you're easily deceived, why are you easily deceived? Because witchcraft, how they deceive you is by scaring you, making someone afraid of you. Matthew 24 and 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. This is very, very important. Why? Again, the word devil means deceiver. So basically, take heed that no man deceive you. What two words are in there? Man, deceive. Who's the deceiver? Who's the man deceiver? Esau. He's the devil. He's the man that is the deceiver. He's more subtle than any beast of the field. Okay? So, how does he deceive? By scaring you. What is witchcraft? Right? It says, maybe you can make someone afraid of you. Damn, I can't. Shoot. Let's see if I have another phone. Let me see. Maybe this phone. Nope. The phone's on a whole different system, too. That's unfortunate. Bear with me. Still can't do it. This is Isaiah 47:12. You've got to read it in the NLT though. Isaiah 47, what did I say, 24? Earlier. Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments at the witchcraft, and with the multitude of thy sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Where it says, thou mayest prevail, it means maybe you can frighten someone. Maybe you can make someone afraid of you. Maybe you can cause terror. Why does it say that? Because that's what witchcraft does. It scares you. Okay? You frighten people. Right? That's how you deceive. You catch them off guard and you make them unsure. You lie to them. This is how you deceive someone. Okay? You make up a story, cast a spell on them. Right? You're using the dark forces. And it's all deception. Right? Because it's not true power. It's just a derivative of power. Okay? Like Western medicine, if you will. You got true herbs and prayer are for healing. But what the devil do, he'll take a bit of that herb, he'll scale it all the way down so that it's not going to be effective in healing. Combined with it, he won't tell you about the prayer, so he takes it, he makes it ineffective. Right? That's what this devil does. Right? He deceives you out of the healing power of the herb. Right? Oh no! Just take this pill. Don't worry, it's opioid. Right? It's not enough to do what it's supposed to do and get the effect from it, but it's like, here, eat this watermelon that I took the seeds out of, which takes out, I was able to make it into what I wanted. So now you can have it. That's the devil and how he gets down. Right? Stand now with thine, this Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments. With the multitude, the Most High is basically mocking it. Let's see if you can trick your way out of this one. That's what he's saying. See if you can scare my people now that, the truth is out about you, and they're not going to be affected. Going back to what? Let no man what? Deceive you. How do you do that? Well, having a firm foundation, right? Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time. So if you're not stable, guess what? You're going to be afraid. You're going to be in this category right here. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5, and I believe it's 2. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Huh? Fear? Weren't we just talking about that? Making someone afraid of you, right? When they see it, when they see what? When they see them chariots, people are going to be afraid. Starting with Esau. So what's he going to do? He make his own chariots and make people afraid. Trying to control the narrative, right? He read that, he said, oh, okay, well, we're afraid, we're scared now, let's get ahead of this. Let's make people afraid, and let's steer this thing in our direction. Maybe we can head them off at the past, right? This is what he's thinking. But what are we looking at? We're looking at terrible fear either way you look at it. Okay, everybody's scared. Scared of what? A lot to be afraid of here. But there's reality, which is, be afraid of him who can kill the body and the spirit. Paraphrase. Right? That's proper fear. That's righteous fear. But don't be afraid of something that doesn't exist. And how are you able to differentiate between the two? You have to be taught, and you have to have a firm foundation. So if you don't believe a microchip is the mark of the beast, you're scared because you don't know what to believe. You could be told anything and be taken by any wind of. I was sleeping with white women. Today it's a broth of abominations, right? You have no firm foundation. You're scared. So what are you going to do? Because you're scared, you're going to run right over and take the chip. Oh, that's not the mark. You're scared. All right? So listen to the language again. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond all that they look for. Why? Because somebody's out here lying about it. Oh, no, they're little green men. Coming out of those things. We just showed a movie and we got the jump on it, so this is what they look like. So there is no God. This is your God. They made us and believe what we want you to believe, and this is what they look like. This is what I saw last night. And it was barely this much. I've seen some great UFO and ET movies a long time ago. Whatever the fuck this was like going back to the moon. You know, it was a great letdown. Like, what the fuck was that? Well, it wasn't really about the movie. It was about the promotion of the movie, telling you, oh, you're gonna quit your religion. And what was that? That's the psyop. The psyop was, hey, you're gonna quit your religion when you go to see this movie. And really, the premise of the movie is this. It was Disclosure Day, and we showed you everything we've been hiding. We came out with all Roswell. We had the Roswell tape. We showed you that. We showed you guys everything at the same time. This is what the premise of the movie was, to disclose what they've been hiding. Well, we've been here's the premise of we've been hiding the truth from you for 80 years, but now we're going to come out and tell you the truth, and you have to believe us. Here it is. That's the premise of the movie. Here's the truth that we've been hiding. Not that, well, we made up the best fucking story. It's called Strong Delusion. We made up the best Strong Delusion story that we can, and here we are serving it. Okay? And a lot of people are going to believe that bullshit because they want, so they're scared, right? They're spooking them. What does it mean? Let no man deceive you. Here's this movie about what the aliens and the spaceship, here's what they're really about. What are they doing? They're let no man deceive you. That's scaring you. Right? They're stampeding you into the chip. Well, if you take this chip, then the ETs are not going to fuck with you. That's the next thing, stupid, ridiculous thing that they're going to try to say. Right? A lot of people are going to fall for it. Understand the fear involved with the chariots. Why? Because it's unknown. If you know, you're not afraid. If you know, you're like, that's a lie. You're trying to scare somebody. Here's what's going on. Okay? You got niggas out there saying there ain't no UFO in the Bible. They're going to be scared shitless. This is 2nd Ezra 13. Look for the fear. 2nd Ezra 13 and 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid. What does that mean? They were very, very, very afraid. There's that fear. And yet, even though they were scared out their ass, they still fought anyway. Point is that they were scared. Scared of what? Them chariots. The fear that comes along with those chariots, first of all, That's a real thing. And Esau's like this, how can we capitalize on that fear? Well, we'll make our own shit and scare people and act like we're the ones to be feared. Let's get in front of that fear. You understand? So the movie, which I'm trying to review and doing a terrible job, but the movie was so terrible, how do you explain it? The movie was about the promotion of the movie, right? Which is already gone now. You can't look back and say, well, how did they promote the movie? You missed that. That was the psyop. It was how they promoted it. Well, Steven Spielberg came out drooling. He could barely talk because he's all jacked up from eating whatever the fuck he's eating. You gonna forget about God? You gonna lose your religion? Right up until they released the movie, right? I'm like, what the fuck are they doing right now? Look at this dude who was a regular at Epstein Island, and the jig is up. And we're supposed to listen to you and what the fuck you're trying to tell us, these lies and shit, and they trotted your ass out because you made a movie. That movie was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. It's all about, hey, you must believe what we put in this movie, and it was just terrible. Okay? They had one Negro in the movie, right? And his job was to make sure that the white man was comfortable. And that everything was going to be okay for the white people. That was the nigga's job in the movie. Don't worry, everything's... He was the intermediary between the aliens. The Negro was the intermediary between the aliens and white people. It's really bizarre, is what it was. And I saw what they were doing. You know, I see what Esau is doing. The whole thing, oh, we all got to come together. Everything's going to be okay. And everybody's going to love each other outside of it. When this thing culminates into a big powwow, it was terrible. What about this fear? Right? What about this fear? But I beheld and lo, it's a lot. And after this is 2 Ezra 13 and 8. And after this I beheld and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid. Great fear fell upon them who saw them. Right? Great fear. Sore afraid, and yet there's fight. So, fear. How do you overcome your fear? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay? What are the chariots? What are they for? If you know these things, you can't be lied to. Zechariah 5. Let's go to the function. Zach 5 and 1. Yeah, it was just terrible, man. The movie, I was totally disappointed. I'm like, shit. Zechariah 5 and 1. The flying roll, or an ephah. Type in that word ephah, I saw the brother do. Type in the word ephah and look what comes up. Looks like a cherry, a flying sauce. Zechariah 5 and 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. He said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that steals shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Okay? And that's scary. That's fearful. This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. That doesn't sound happy. It goes on, the ephah of iniquity. Zechariah 5:5. Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, Lift up now thine eyes and see what is this that goeth forth. And I said, What is it? And he said, This is an ephah that goeth forth. He said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. So go look up the word ephah. It says, whatever that chariot is resembles an ephah. Go look up the word ephah and see what you see. Guess what you're going to see? The sport model. Okay. This guy, what's his name? Should I forget his name now? Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar in the sport model. That's the ephah. Okay? And it says this is their resemblance. So it's telling you the chariots look like something called an ephah. Go look up the ephah. And the Bible's telling you UFOs are in the Bible. Bible doesn't say white people. I'm gonna slap the shit and taste out of a motherfucker's mouth when they say something as stupid as, it doesn't say white people are going to die in the Bible. In English, it doesn't say white people, and motherfucker, you're not white, bitch. Start there. I'm not black. Stop lying, bitch. Start there. You call me black, right? Stop lying. Start there. And maybe you'll understand something, you fucking dumbass idiot. It doesn't say white people in the Bible. Really? You can't figure that out? It doesn't say, black people are God's chosen people in the Bible. Well, nigga, I'm not black. Start there. How am I supposed to get you to understand anything when you don't understand that I'm not black? What color am I skin? Black? Try again. Black? I'm clearly brown. Black? Your whole logic system depends on a lie that I'm somehow black and I'm not. Everything falls apart. Yeah, but black people, well, black people are brown. Now you're talking about all brown people. Everything fell apart real quick. Right? If they don't call us black people and we're brown people, white is the only thing different than brown. So-called white, you're the only thing different than brown. Brown suddenly is everything. Oh, there are no blacks. No, there are no blacks. There's only brown. Now let's do the count again. See how many more of who there is. Well, we're going to make you black, even though you're clearly brown, to bring the numbers down so I can lie my way through. Well, there's clearly more white people than there are black people. Per capita and fuzzy mouth says that I can lie to you as long as I'm able. Back to deception. So people are squirming right now. For them to come out and make this movie and say, okay, here's what we've been lying about for the last 80 years. That means that we're real close to this shit going down. The devil done came out fine. I'm like, when is this devil going to go ahead and make his pitch for Blue Beam and his version of the story? And I'm like, when is that going to happen? I'm talking about 18 years ago. Because all the way up to about maybe 4 years ago, there ain't no such thing as a UFO. There ain't no such thing as a UFO. You did that. Oh, and now, well, we lied for 80 years. You was lying for 80 years about 3 years ago. And we're going to disclose. We're going to disclose. You're going to disclose your lies? We're going to disclose nothing but lies and want you to believe them. Here it is. We've been lying for 80 years. And now we're going to show you everything that we've been lying about. And you have to believe that it's not a lie. Devil, devil, devil. Right now, we have a An MOU. You ain't got no MOU. We have a treaty. You don't have no treaty. We got a ceasefire. You ain't got no ceasefire. You have nothing but lies. Nothing but lies. So every word that comes out of your mouth is a lie. Well, here are the aliens. Those aren't the aliens. The aliens are the opposite of what you're showing them. Oh, the tall whites. Oh. It's at the point where the lies are just nigga. And all we have to do is look at Donald Trump that represents all white people, starting with the Jews. You know they're liars. How is it that the so-called Jews are bigger liars than Donald Trump? Donald Trump is a bombastic liar. Straight to you, nigga, I know I'm lying, you know I'm lying. Let's get with these motherfucking lies and let's see who's the best liar. Let's see who the best bold-faced liar is on the fucking planet. That's what this nigga's about. I'm the best bold-faced liar on the planet. Whoever wants to go head-to-head in this reality TV show called Best Bold-Faced Liar on the Planet, I'm ready, nigga. That's what is going on right now on the world stage. Who's the best bold-faced liar on the planet? Gotta be the white man. Niggas can't lie. You know. And the father of it. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's the father of lies. He's the father of the father of lies. What is that? This is what you have to be proud about. You understand? You want to be proud about everything other than what is ascribed to you. Murder and lying. Oh, that niggers. See, in Chicago. Yeah, but what about the world? Who's murdering people the world over? Not just Chicago. Yeah, we're killing each other in the hood. You're killing each other what? Don't look at that world war. Don't look at that whole genocide. Don't look at Bill Gates, who gets to go around different countries exterminating people. Let's focus on niggers. How absurd is this fucking devil? Everything's our fault. Obama! Here it is, this nigga's giving hush money at $3 billion while pointing at Obama's the problem. Cash. It was cash, traceable. Like you fucking clown. Look the other way. While I'm handing over, motherfucking enriching people and destroying the world order, it was Obama's fault. He's the worst thing in the world. What fucking horror film are we in right now? The best one ever written. Right? This is a horror film. What is this book written about? Lamentations, Mourning, and Woe. It sounds like a horror film, man. And you're in it, you're starring in it, whether you know it or not. Right? So, and it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Where was I? Isaiah. Let's go back to Isaiah 47. Okay, because again, Second Timothy 2 and 15. Let's get Second Kings. Slovakia. Second Kings 2. Second Kings 2. 2 and 12. 2 Kings 2 and 12. And Elisha saw it and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. So he saw a few chariots. And he called them out by name. What's the name of the chariots? See, so if you don't know something, here's the point being made. Let's get Isaiah. Is it Isaiah 33 and 6? Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So your fear belongs to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? And how do you reserve it for him? By knowing what is a lie and what is the truth. If you're in this, having your senses exercised, right, then you're not going to be afraid of anything other than the Most High. Well, yeah. Chariots and blue beam and all that, I'm only afraid of the Most High. Whatever happens, it's in the Most High's hands. He's the one conducting that business. You're not afraid of that. You're afraid of what he's going to do. Right? And if you're not covered, you might fall into whatever he's going to do. So that's Isaiah. So if you're not taught, what is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? Okay. Well, how can I if no man guide me? You have to be taught this wisdom, this knowledge, this truth, as the elder apostle Gabar always, this knowledge, this truth. You have to be taught, right? And guess what? If you're taught the wrong way, you didn't go to Great Millstone. And those that did go to Great Millstone and got kicked out or left and went to do something else, to Zariak, who's under the gun. And I don't even have to say anymore. Okay? I don't even have to take it any further than that. Point is this. What's the Most High's name? Well, you should know that right now. Oh, God, the Most High, Yah. You should know the Most High's name. You know what else you should know? You should know the name of the chariots. How they get out, what their function is. You're going to be cut off as on this side according to it. Because you don't even know what they're for. You're going to run from. You're going to chariot, you're going to run. Oh, that's one of ours. That's not one of ours. If you don't have spiritual discernment, cooked. Spiritual discernment is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the stability of thy tongue. Spiritual discernment. If you're not training on how to walk in the Spirit right now, you're going to be deceived. You're going to get scared. You're going to be unsure. Okay? Is that a real chariot? Or how do you know? Is it spiritual? Is it wicked? Go watch the movie, right? If you believe in angels, right, abducting people, and see what they did was, they got abducted and the ETs upgraded them, gave them spiritual power because they got kidnapped. They were lured in, they presented themselves as animals, and they got them on the ship and got them in there and had to perform a procedure on them. No, we're going to be down here tarrying ye in Jerusalem and suddenly be able to do the things that they had to be taken. See, here's the rub. Oh, well, you mean somebody came and kidnapped you and took you up and performed and scared the shit out of you? And that sounds like Esau. What sounds like the Most High. Well, we was kicking it, we were told to tarry ye in Jerusalem, and suddenly, just like it says happened back then, that's how we got the download. Right? That's the spiritual way. Not, well, it went up and performed an operation, right? There were some things that were said in the movie that even Hansel and Gretel, we went to the, oh, here I go. But see, that goes into MK Ultra, the programming, okay? And some people can pick up on if you have spiritual discernment and eyesight and clairaudience, and when you hear certain trigger words, you're like, you go into Hansel and Gretel programming, Jack and Jill, Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland. These are different programs going into mind control. What is it? What is Betty and Barney Hill? There was a time in the movie where I'm like, that's Betty and Barney Hill, right? But there was a I'm that bunny moment, right? Where they're sitting there watching. And there's the, the situation. A chariot comes down, and they're hiding and sitting there watching. I'm that bunny, right? I've seen that movie before, and it was done way better in the 70s. 75, okay, with James Earl Jones. That was done a lot better than whatever the fuck I saw last night. And I can imagine the difference in budget. Anyway, the movie was terrible. Okay? It was terrible. It was leading. What they want you to believe is they want you to believe in Roswell. Okay? And here's the problem with start. They tried to start everything in Roswell. Right? Getting your, 80 years. Oh, we've been lying for 80 years. Okay. Nothing happened before that, though. Wasn't no aliens or they hadn't started studying or anything until that crash happened. This is what they're trying to say. Here's the problem with Roswell. Right? And see, they even said shit like, are they children? When they showed the alien. Are they children? If you know anything about Joe Mangala, the Mangala's children is what they call them. You understand? So they're dropping little subtle Easter eggs, if you will, right, for those that understand. Are they children? Yeah, they're Joe's children, if you know. Okay? So if that's where their story starts at Roswell, that's easily picked apart. Then the aliens are Joe's children, right? And that little psyop there is easily explained. Not easily. It's obscured quite well. But it's out there. What is it? I forgot what it was called. There's a book some lady wrote, and it's about what we're talking about. It's about Joseph Mengele making the aliens out of the children that were at Auschwitz. Look into that, and then you find out who the aliens are. The aliens that they presented are the aliens that Joe Mengele started making for Roswell. The Roswell aliens were made by Joseph Mengele. Period. There's a book written about it. Period. Okay? That's the alien that they presented in the movie last night. It goes directly back to Joe Mengele. So there weren't no aliens before Roswell, according to that movie. This is what they want you to believe. Oh, we're going to finally show you what happened at Roswell. Well, what happened at Roswell was a continuation of whatever World War II was about. Because they were making those spaceships in Nazi Germany. They were working on the aliens in Nazi Germany before Paperclip, where they separated the scientists, sent them to their destinations where they continue to work on those things. And today we have a phony ass movie that you can see right there. All right, so there's not much more to say after that, other than the campaign was to get you to leave your religion by saying, we're finally going to show you the truth, which is a lie. The truth you're going to show us is another lie to get you to abandon your religion. Right? And whatever whatever that movie was, they're going to back the movie up with an attempt at reality, which is to fake, use their vehicles that they made and their technology and their story, if you will, to further deceive. So don't fall for it. Here's your warning, with the warning before I close. It was terrible, man. I was disappointed. This is Ezekiel 3. Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I've made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. Know what a chariot is. Know the difference between a real one and one that, right? One that is celestial, one that is spiritual. Okay? Understand that in the 1940s and the 1930s, they were already doing what they call UFOs. Okay? So if they were doing that, if they had that technology, right, which that's anti-gravity, that's heavy, you would think that, oh, well, that wasn't going on in the 40s. Anti-gravity? You don't think it's going on today, right? It was going on then. So if anti-gravity was going on then, what else was going on before that? What was going on 50 years before anti-gravity in the 40s? So in the 18th century, they had some fucking technology is what's being said. Understand that? Understand? That they're hiding and lying about. Oh, you're lying about Roswell for 80 years. What else are you lying about? What technology are you lying about? Part of what they have in hiding it is to make them look like God. Oh, we're God. You might have some cloaking. You might have some primitive things that look like you're gods, and you're about to pull it out, and you're about to do your best Janus and Jambres and fool a lot of people. But what did Yahushua say? Let no man deceive. So be good. And what are they going to try to deceive you about? Well, what are we telling you? They're going to try to deceive you about the war. Wars and rumors of war. They're going to try to deceive you about the C-hip. It's sleeping with white women. We pay these niggas to confuse everybody. Right? The only way out of this thing is to walk in the Spirit. And if you're not rehearsing that right now, you're not going to be good at it when Jacob's trouble slaps the shit out of you in the face. You have to understand that there's nothing else good. It's all bad. Can you survive? Can you survive the all bad? I mean, starving with dirt on your face. I can't believe this. I can't believe it. Yeah? At your lowest. Get ready to be at your lowest and get through it. All right? Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty. Not fear this devil who's about to try to scare the shit out of you. Don't fear that. Laugh and say, look, you did better with Close Encounter. Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, right? Through to the end and onto the chariot, Lord willing. All right, so it's a terrible movie. Go back and make sure that you weren't programmed. Say a prayer, oh, take the programming off. When you go to see the movie, let not this programming work on me. You know, no divination unto Jacob. You have to rid yourself of whatever spell they're casting. Right? Because it'll slip by you in the movie. You'll leave the movie and say, oh, well, that was terrible. And see, even there's something in the movie, right, dealing with the main character is a newscaster, and of course, they have her go on the news to do her show, and she speaks in a language that is the alien language. So, if you are at all perceptive at all, you should think to yourself, well, when I go to see this movie, they're going to try to mind control me. How is this movie? So you have to protect you. When you go to see, you say a prayer of protection. Because when the lady starts talking in this language that only an alien can, they could be programming your ass. Gotta think about it. You understand? That could be some code, binary code or whatever, that's programming you. Or even this, okay? Those that took that thing and then they put that, whatever that computer, whatever, those sounds and those frequencies, you don't know what that message was in that movie. That movie could be an activation code, right? Because whatever the movie was, it was so bad. I'm like, what the fuck was that? So I'm gonna give it some thought, and I want to hear some other reviews. You know, maybe we might come back and revisit it. But until then, right? We pray that everybody was edified at some level. You know, this is basically a movie review in the spirit. So, Lord willing, is edifying at any level. With that, we can turn to the east. Call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem call Kadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations, all the brothers out pushing the word, the truth and the sincerity, the hopeful, like tabernacle of David. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom out.